welcome back to the channel. I'm in Council Overhang in Starved Rock State Park. It's been a long time since I've been down to Starved Rocks. It's probably the last time I think I was down here was February, and it's been a real long time since I've been here to Council Overhang. It's one of my very first vlogs that I did. I came here and went to a couple other canyons, and when I was here I was wishing that I had my 12 to 24 millimeter lens so I could capture the whole scope. It's a huge overhang that's cut into the limestone walls. It's really cool. I'm gonna hopefully do it justice and show you guys some scale with it. But yeah, so here I am today, gonna get some cool shots of Council Overhang and a couple other canyons that are close by. The weather is pretty good. It's overcast. It was sprinkling a little bit, but temperature wise it's about 72 degrees. So here we go. We're gonna get started. I'm gonna put on my 12 to 24 millimeter lens and compose a shot right now. So the one thing about shooting with my 12 to 24 lens is I don't have an accessory ring that will fit it, meaning I cannot get any filters out in front of that lens. And as you've probably already seen, I've got some strong highlights coming in from the very top of the peak of the overhang. And yeah, so you know, usually you'd take a graduated filter, slide that in and knock those highlights down, and just can't do that. So what I'm gonna do, and you guys can all do this too, is just kind of bracket your exposures. Do a 3 exposure, 5 exposure bracket. Go about one stop apart, and you know, hopefully that should help knock down those highlights after you blend it all together. So that first exposure I just shot, I like the composition, but I definitely like it a lot better with me in it, or with another, you know, something in it for scale. And I'm the only thing I've got right now, so yeah. So I'm in there for scale, just to give the viewer a sense of environment and how big this thing really is. So pretty cool. Alrighty. So there's two more compositions that I want to get here at Council Overhang, and one is I want to get a low angle up towards the front of the cave or the overhang, shooting up, but shooting it at an angle. I was just shooting it straight on just to show the sheer size, but now I want to shoot it at an angle, a lower angle, shooting up, and at a side angle, showing more of the limestone and the texture and the character that comes along with that. So plus I'm thinking the arc of the overhang will almost act as like a leading line. Second composition I want to do before I go on to the next canyon is over there to my right now. There's a lot of striations in the rock, and it just it's pretty cool. It's got a lot of character, some depth, all that different tones, whether it's from water running down or just from shadow. I'm not exactly sure yet. I need to walk over there, but I want to go get that and see if I can tie it in with the surroundings around it. thinking that I want to do is tie this texture saturation, tone, character into this stone wall, because that has its own character and tone and depth and saturation and all that good stuff. So I'm going to compose it using that path right there to kind of take you into that tree off into the distance. And on the right side of the image you'll have this, you know, creamy soft tones. On the left side of the image you're going to have this old hard darker stone. Middle of the image, take it softly right through down the path and into the green foliage that's backlit by the morning light. That's the idea anyway. We'll see what we can do. It's starting to rain, so I gotta hurry. Council overhang, and we're going to head off to the next spot. But before I do that, in one of my last vlogs, Chittenango Falls, I'll put a shortcut to it up above, but I had carried around one of those painted rocks for literally like a year. And I thought it was cool. I left it there at Chittenango Falls, and hopefully somebody picked it up and took it to another park. But so I'm going to carry on that idea. I talked to my wife about it. She actually painted up a bunch of rocks for me. I showed those to you earlier in this video. And so I'm going to leave one here, and it's got my Facebook, my name, and you know, look me up on Facebook or whatever on there. So if somebody finds this rock, I'm going to leave it right here at Council Overhang. It is your mission to take this rock and leave it somewhere else that is cool, that somebody else will find it, and hopefully lead them to my Facebook page, and then they'll take it to someplace cool and leave it, and then somebody else will take it to someplace cool and leave it, and hopefully it ends up somewhere really cool on the other side of the planet. So that's what we're doing, and I'm going to leave this thing right here on this wall. So I'm back in the canyon now, and really isn't a whole heck of a lot to see, honestly. This time of year there usually isn't, because the waterfalls are kind of dried up, but we've had some rain in the last few nights. So I figured I'd take a shot and see. It's just a trickle. But the light is very interesting, and the cool light down here in the cavern is mixing with the warm muggy air that's dropping in from above. So that is creating a bit of a fog, a bit of a mist. So we'll see. I'm going to scout around right now and see if I can find a good composition that I like. So you saw those two pools, or splash zones, where the water is dropping into the pond. What I'm going to try to do, I'll put my 24 to 70 on, and either the little stopper or the big stopper. Go for a long exposure, and I'm kind of seeing it in black and white right now, but where those splash zones are, that should create a nice little circular pattern, or some interest, right, in the foreground. So yeah, so that's what I'm going to try to do right now, and I think that should be cool. And the light up at the top where the water is coming down from, very diluted from the trees above and the clouds. It's a very cloudy day. So trickled light along with the trickled water, along with the splash zone down below. I think we can make a good image out of that. So that's what we're going to try to do. Like a sudden shower just passed right overhead, and right after that shower passed, I mean, the shower, it only lasted for like less than a minute, but right after that shower passed, this fog just creeped in. It's more of a mist really than a fog. It's not that thick, but it's kind of cool, and it certainly creates a little more atmosphere, so that's fun. Check this out. Hopefully the microphone's picking that up. It's starting to rain again. Crazy. At least I'm dry, and I think I'm getting some cool shots.